Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch. I'm Chris Bianchi. In just a few moments' time, we're going to go out to Washington, D.C. in the White House, where President Joe Biden will be getting his Pfizer booster shot. Again, that will be live here in just a few moments' time. He's expected to give remarks shortly after getting that booster shot. Now, you might remember that President Biden received his first shot of the Pfizer vaccine back in December of last year. He received his second dose in January. In fact, it was on January the 11th that he received his second dose. So that puts him over 8 months beyond getting both of his doses. Therefore, he would be amongst where a recent FDA panel approved in terms of people and their distance from getting the vaccination in terms of people who should be getting their possible booster shot. Now, the Biden administration, this is really important here, they are still continuing to effort eligible Americans to get their vaccinations, but they're also increasingly encouraging Americans who are especially 65 years of age or older, or those with potential pre-existing conditions to get that approved booster shot. Now, the White House is saying that Biden will be getting will be getting his booster and then delivering those remarks in the South Court Auditorium at the White House. And this, again, in line with what the administration is hoping to convey to the public. I know there's been a lot of mixed messaging, and here, folks, trust me, I mean, here at 9 News, we've been trying to sort through a lot of the confusion here over the last few weeks about whether or not you should get a booster shot, what the FDA, what the CDC are saying about it. It's been a lot of conflict, mixed messaging, but the kind of big takeaway from this today is that the Biden administration is pretty clearly laying out, and in visible public forum, and you'll probably hear it in Biden's remarks here, that they are encouraging eligible Americans, again, those 65 years of age or older, or those with pre-existing conditions, or frontline workers, to be getting vaccinated. So again, those are the key things to look out for, is that this is a very public display of the Biden administration going out there and saying that you should go out and get that booster shot if you are in some of those groups that I just mentioned. Now, as I mentioned also, Biden got his first shot back on December the 21st, got a second dose of the Pfizer vaccine back on January the 11th. Another thing to potentially watch for as well is we don't have confirmation whether the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, will be getting her vaccination, though she was vaccinated at the same time as her husband, the President Joe Biden. Now, federal regulators last week recommended that third dose of the Pfizer vaccine. Now, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, we haven't seen anything of those yet, or any sort of recommendations on either of those vaccines yet. But federal regulators did recommend that third dose of the Pfizer vaccine for, again, Americans 65 years of age or older, and approved them for others with pre-existing medical conditions, and those, again, frontline workers, high-risk work environments. So those are the people who are going to be in line for getting that vaccine. And I mentioned the timeline as well. Generally speaking, it's been recommended for people who are 8 months or beyond that second dose of the vaccine. So we're going to be going out to the White House live here, as we'll be seeing President Joe Biden getting his booster shot. Again, a very public display of support, despite a lot of the mixed messaging, a lot of the uncertainty over the last few weeks, in fact, really the last few months, about that booster debate. Again, the Biden administration going out there and very visibly and very directly going to put their stamp of approval that those who are 65 years of age or older should be going out and getting their booster shots, and again, other eligible Americans. So we're going to go out to the White House now and watch President Joe Biden get his booster shot, the Pfizer booster shot, and then deliver some remarks in the South Court Auditorium of the White House. We'll go out there now live.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Did you ever think you'd be senior press coming to watch someone get a shot in the old days? Me either. At any rate, like I did in my first and second COVID-19 vaccination shot, I'm about to get my booster shot and do it publicly. That's because the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, looked at all the data, completed their review, and determined the boosters for the Pfizer vaccine, others will come later, maybe, I assume, but the Pfizer vaccine are safe and effective. They've had all the data they need. And last week they laid out who is eligible for those boosters for now. You're eligible for a booster if it's been 6 months since your second Pfizer shot, and if you fall into one of these categories. People over 65, which is hard to acknowledge, adults, I'm only joking, folks, adults with certain underlying health conditions like diabetes and obesity, and those who are at increased risk of COVID-19 because of where you work or where you live, like healthcare workers, teachers, first responders, grocery store clerks. If you fall into these categories, you're eligible for the booster. Now, I know it doesn't look like it, but I am over 65. I wish I, way over. And that's why I'm getting my booster shot today. The booster line is if you're fully vaccinated. The bottom line is that you're fully vaccinated and you're highly protected now from severe illness, even if you get COVID-19. You're safe, and we're going to do everything we can to keep it that way with the boosters. But let me be clear, boosters are important. But the most important thing we need to do is get more people vaccinated. The vast majority of Americans are doing the right thing. Over 77% of adults have gotten at least one shot. About 23% haven't gotten any shots. And that distinct minority is causing an awful lot of us, an awful lot of damage for the rest of the country. This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. That's why I'm moving forward with vaccination requirements wherever I can. On Wednesday, I'll be traveling to Chicago to talk about why it's so important that more businesses are instituting their own vaccine requirements. We know that to beat this pandemic and to save lives, to keep our children safe, our schools open, our economy going, we need to get folks vaccinated. So please, please do the right thing. Please get the shots. And it can save your life. It can save the lives of those around you. And it's easy, accessible, and it's free. So text your zip code to 438829. That's 438829. Or visit vaccines.gov to find a vaccination location near you. We can do this. Get vaccinated. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to get my booster shot, and right here. And the major is going to give me the shot. No, I haven't any side effects the first or the second shot, thank goodness. I don't anticipate one now, but we'll see. Is that high enough for you? Okay.
Is the First Lady giving hers as well today, Mr. President?
She's going to get one. Not, I think she's teaching that, but she's going to get one, yes.
Mr. President, what do you say to world health leaders like the World Health Organization who say wealthy nations should help more countries without vaccinations get vaccinated before they get boosters here in America?
We are helping. We're doing more than every other nation in the world combined. We're going to have well over 1,100,000,000 shots, and we're going to continue going. We're going to do our part. We've also given a great deal of funding to COVAX, which is the vehicle that does this. So we have plenty of opportunities to make sure we get everyone in the world to play our part, the largest part in the world of getting everyone vaccinated.
How many Americans need to be vaccinated for us to go back to normal? Like, what is the percentage of total vaccinations that have to be deployed
Well, I think, look, I think we get the vast majority, like is going on in some industries and some schools, 97, 98%. I think we're awful close. And, but I'm not the scientist. I think, but one thing for certain, a quarter of the country can't go unvaccinated and us not continue to have a problem.
Any progress on a reconciliation deal today, Mr. President? How close do you think you are?
You know me, I'm more an optimist. I think things are going to go well. I think we're going to get it done. And I have meetings tonight, tomorrow, and for the next little bit.
What is the stake for your agenda and your presidency with what's happening on the Hill this week?
Victory is what's at stake.
Mr. President, how would you define success this week legislatively? How would you define success legislatively by the end of this week?
Well, it may not be by the end of the week. I hope it's by the end of the week. But as long as we're still alive, we got three things to do: the debt ceiling, continued resolution, and the two pieces of legislation. If we do that, the country's going to be in great shape. Thank
What's
you.
your message to Democrats as you have these calls? What's your